Welcome. You tuned in to another edition of Homage Speaks. What will homages do? Homage is paid. And right now, first off, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. And I also want to say Happy New Year to everybody. But we got to get right to it. Work has to be done. Let's talk about it. The Georgia Bulldogs just squandered away a golden opportunity to prove to the entire country that they did belong in the Elite Four when they had a matchup, New Year's Day matchup, primetime television. Everybody's watching them play against the Texas Longhorns. And we all know the Texas Longhorns, since they lost Mac Brown and Charlie Strong, this program has been building, and they've been building for the better. They got Tom Herman from Houston, who built that fine program down there in Houston, helped bring that to glory, and he elected to take his talents to Texas. Right now, in just a short time, he has made progress in Longhorn country. Texas A&M might be the highest grossing program in college football right now, but the University of Texas is coming back under the tutelage and under the leadership of Tom Herman. But let's talk about the guy who got outsmarted in the big game yet again. Somewhere, our guy, Mark Richt, is smiling because the whole narrative was that Mark Richt couldn't win the big games. He couldn't get his team ready for the big game. And as he retired, Kirby Smart looked like Mark Richt. Sam Ellinger set the tone for the Texas Longhorns team today by his physical nature and his running the football and making plays. He had 21 carries for 64 yards. But ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you that was some of the toughest 64 yards that you could see in a football game, go look at Sam Ellinger. He was 19 for 27, 169 yards. Didn't do anything miraculously. Didn't do anything spectacular besides lead his team and continue to put pressure on the Georgia defense by getting his team in scoring position. And they scored early and they scored often. He was unreal. Texas won the time of possession. They ran 77 plays of offense. They only had 355 yards. So shout out to the Georgia defense for trying to contain the bad situations that offense was putting them in. But make no mistake about it, Kirby Smart, this is on you. Everybody wanted Justin Fields to play. Let's be clear. Jake Fromm is the University of Georgia's quarterback, and this is who they're going to ride with, and this is who they're going to believe in. Now, my issue is that coaching matters, and nobody knows coaching matters until it matters. And all season, I've been an advocate of the Georgia Bulldogs just putting Jake Fromm under center simply from the standpoint you have him in the shotgun, running RPOs, running play action passes, and nobody is going to honor him on the read option. Nobody has even honored that, wanted to honor that. He took off running one time and had 5 yards and didn't get but 2. He had 5. Didn't want nobody near him. I fought Jim Chaney for continuously all season run that offense, and he's giving defenses an extra guy in the play to defend against the run game because nobody is worried about what Jake Fromm is going to be able to do from the running game. That is one of the worst things that you can do is put a non-running quarterback in a run-pass option when we know you're not going to run. Also, Kirby Smart, we have to talk about it. We got to talk about it. This is a direct reflection of you as a coach. Look at your team's energy. Look at the strategy. Look at the missed tackling. Look at the missed assignments. Look at the missed blocks. These guys were not ready to play football, and that's totally an indictment on the head football coach. Now, you're going to have the critics out there who are not Jake Fromm fans. He also, with the kind of season that Tua had this year, he still was able to lead the SEC in passing percentage, which is miraculous within itself. But it was some big plays dropped early prior to he missed. He missed some throws as well. Then let's not all put it on Kirby. But Kirby, you're getting some of this blame because it's your job. You got one job, and that's to get the guys ready to go out there and perform and play at the highest level. And Kirby Smart, you did not do that. You failed your football team. You didn't make too many adjustments, and the offense, Jim Chaney, He got to go. He's not innovative enough. I know everybody wants Justin Fields in the game because what Alabama was able to do, but I do want y'all to realize that Alabama is one of the few, if not only team in the country, to successfully have two top 20 quarterbacks on their roster and able to play both of them. That is a luxury that they have. That is not something that they plan on doing. This is a luxury, and I think everybody needs to understand that. But for Justin Fields' sake, I was an advocate of him playing tonight. You had 5 weeks to prepare. You had 5 weeks to prepare. So if you can't get a quarterback who's been in your program all season, know the playbook, been a part of the program all season, 5 weeks to prepare and play in the game, that's an indictment on the coach. That was my personal preference, but we all know that wasn't going to happen. So let's talk about what did happen. Texas has became a running football team. Sam Ellinger is able to make some passes in the secondary and beat teams on third down. But at the same time, they have became a running football team. University of Texas, they're going to run, and they're going to run, and they're going to run, and they're going to run. Tonight, they ran about 49 times. That's almost 50 times that you had to stop the run. I don't care what defense you got. That is a lot of pressure to try to stop a physical team 50 times. They average 3.6 yards a carry, but at the same time, that's 50 times that you are in physical engagement trying to stop a man from doing what he want to do. Kirby Smart, you got some work ahead of you because next year you get no excuses. Your team's going to come back stronger. Jake Fromm's going to be a junior. You're going to be loaded at running back. You're going to be loaded at wide receiver. Your defense is going to be experienced. You have no excuse. But tonight was a big indication of Kirby Smart not having the pulse, not having the team ready to go. That's your job as a coach, and you know better than that because you was under the great Nick Saban. But here going forward, if Kirby Smart ever wants to get over the hump and get to the position and get to the status that he wants to be at as an elite coach in all of football, in all of college football, let alone football in general, he has to figure out how to win these type of ball games. Georgia was in this game the entire game. Texas, even though they was dominating at the physical point of attack and doing what they needed to do, they never put up enough points to separate themselves from Georgia. They didn't separate themselves. I mean, the game was close. Georgia ended up losing by 7, but we watched the whole game. That was domination by Texas, but they were still in that game. Kirby Smart didn't dial up any exotic blitzes, didn't figure out a way to neutralize and shut down that Texas attack enough to get his offense more possessions, to give them more opportunities to try to put points on the board. Nobody know coaching matters until it matters. And I'm telling you right now, Kirby Smart, you let Georgia Bulldog Nation down and you let America down. You let all the people who was considering you actually being a team that was supposed to be in the playoff, you go out there and you be the goose that lay the golden egg. It's something about New Orleans. They own Atlanta, and now they own the Georgia Bulldogs. The University of Texas came down, did what they wanted to do, did what they had to do, and make no mistake about it. They let the good times roll, and the Texas Longhorns have took every step possible to restore their legacy and restore how strong they are as being one of the top teams in the country. Somewhere, Ricky Williams and Vince Young were smiling, and Earl Campbell was smiling because they say hook 'em horns, and the Texas Longhorns, under the tutelage and leadership of Tom Herman, is trying to make a comeback and start to own the state of Texas. Once again, Georgia, you got some work to do if you want to remain at the elite level that you claim that you are beating, because tonight was not an indication that you're hungry enough. Tonight was supposed to be a statement, and we heard the statement loud and clear. You're not ready. And with that being said, this marks another edition of Harmon Speaks.